Time to break down the top 5 Dynasty players for 2022 and beyond. Dynasty startup mode. Who are you building your dynasty around? I think you might be shocked at where I put Breece Hall or Kenneth Walker, depending on which one lands in Buffalo. Maybe both of them land in great spots. We don't know, but I'll talk about that and more. The Fantasy Football Show, it begins right now.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.
JT's the consensus 1.1 in Dynasty Startups redraft. Doesn't matter the format. Now, had Najee Harris got handed Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers, we'd be talking about Najee. Not at 1.1 by himself, but maybe he'd steal a bunch of that 1.1 ADP share away from Jonathan Taylor. Like JT'd still be 70% shareholder of the 1.1 Dynasty ADP and redraft ADP. But with Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers, you'd have Najee getting like 20 or 30% of the 1.1 ADP. Didn't happen. Najee Harris was not handed an elite quarterback. He was handed Mitchell Trubisky. The reason it's so important is where the team will live, in the red zone, not in the red zone. Moving the chains, a bunch of 3 and outs. Will he get good yards per carry? If the offense was under the command of Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Najee Harris would be averaging 4.5, 4.6, 4.7 yards per carry. Maybe higher. In 2021, though, he averaged 3.9. He did amazing. He did a lot with a little, but he didn't get a big upgrade. Maybe Trubisky proves us wrong and does pretty well, but it's not Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers. Because he's so gifted at every facet of the game, because he'll still do amazing at 4.1 yards per carry versus like 4.8 under a Russell Wilson or an A-Rod. Even under Trubisky getting 4.1 yards per pop, even living in the red zone a lot less, he's still gonna be right around number 3 or 4 overall for overall players in 2022 and beyond. But it's a huge difference to not have that signal caller and for Javonte Williams to have it. Javonte was handed Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson has top 5 quarterback appeal. He can be a top 5 quarterback in fantasy football and in the NFL. The Broncos could win the Super Bowl in 2022. In fact, I put money on it. And if you want to drop any sort of props and DFS stuff, go to Smitty1.com, click on this Underdog Fantasy banner and deposit just $10 or more, and your boy Smitty will give you a free 10-minute phone call. In fact, I'll give you access to my entire video course library, which I'm going to be dropping more and more videos each and every day heading into the coming month. Thousands of minutes of footage, over 24, probably a couple dozen video courses on how to trade into the 1.1, how to dominate from every draft slot, how to negotiate trade. Just go to Smitty1.com, click on the Underdog banner. The link is also in the description. You can just click on that. $10 minimum into a new Underdog account. You got to be new. Go do it. But I did drop a future bet on the Broncos to win the Super Bowl. I also dropped a future bet on Javonte Williams to lead the league in rushing. The Broncos to win the Super Bowl as of today is plus 1,600. So a $60 contest will get you over 1,000. As for Javonte, $30 on him winning the league rushing title will get you like $630. So I love those right there. But the difference between having no quarterback, Javonte and Najee were in the exact same situation months ago, and they were both held back a little bit. Now Javonte's got a top 5 quarterback. Now his offense is top 5. He will live in the red zone. He already proved he could be the number 1 running back in the National Football League in broken tackles. He led the league last year. Halftime work, he led the league, even over JT. He led the league in broken tackles. Imagine what he'll do now that the football will be moved down the field with ease and defenses can't just focus on stacking the box against Javonte. People don't realize that Najee's going to face stacked boxes. I think he'll do well still, but it's a huge difference. That's why he'll average 4 yards per carry even, or 4.1, and Javonte could average 4.9 or 5 or 5.3 yards per carry. He could literally average 5.3 yards per carry. It's a huge difference, and Javonte is going to ball. Give him 8 to 12 touchdowns without Russell Wilson. Give him 15. Maybe more with Russell Wilson under center. So Javonte's my number 2. Do I recommend you not take advantage of ADP data that says that you can get Javonte at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Do a best ball draft. Smitty1.com, click on the Underdog banner. Do a best ball draft and you'll find him going 8, 9, 11 sometimes. You can win leagues drafting Javonte at number 9 overall. I urge everyone to do best ball drafts now, not a couple weeks from now, not a month from now. The key to winning a best ball league is drafting early. Yes, drafting early. Who cares about the injuries? The advantage you have in drafting guys like Javonte, or in a minute we'll talk about Breece Hall, before their ADPs climb, you win leagues that way. You clean up in best ball that way. Javonte will not live anywhere near 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 overall a month or two from now. Once the hype starts getting going, and it will, he'll live in the 3 or 4 range, maybe top 5, but in my mind, he's worth number 2. Take full advantage as far as you can get him down. I'm not saying draft him 2, I'm saying he is 2. I would put Najee number 3, but because of the quarterback situation, I mapped it all out. I'm much more excited about Justin Jefferson from a dynasty perspective. I just am. You're getting more time out of him. Wide receivers last longer. You've got a decade of time with JJ being a top 5 overall player. Even if Najee gets a good quarterback in 2023, he's got what, 1, 2, 3 more years left? This is a decade. Wide receivers are king in dynasty. After these top 2 running back monsters, I'm thinking wide receiver. So you know where I'm going with my number 4 overall pick, Ja'Marr Chase. He's a decade worth of elite top 5 production. Give me that all day long, even over Najee. I love Najee, but give me Ja'Marr Chase. I'm real tempted to say that I could go Breece Hall over Najee here. And let me just say that while I won't rank it that way, I will tell you that if you can get away with getting Breece Hall a lot later, and you can, that's the more attractive avenue because you're not having to pay the exact cost of 5 overall. Maybe he's still like 9 or 10. Dynasty's different than redraft. Redraft, he's going in round 3. And again, I can't emphasize enough, go to Smitty1.com, play Underdog Fantasy, link in the description, but also, at Smitty1.com. Take advantage in redraft where Breece Hall is going in the 3rd round. He's still going at 3.1, 3.2, 3.5. He'll climb into the 2nd round in redraft really quickly. In Dynasty, the dude is already around 7 to 15. It depends on who you're drafting with or the ADP data you're looking at. But for me, I'm telling you, he's top 5 capable. Now, Kenneth Walker. I want to be certain to put Kenneth Walker on here too, because one of these 2 guys will land in the ideal spot. I don't know that both of them will, because the landing spots for running backs are kind of weird. And there's a really good chance we only see one of these guys land in like Buffalo. The other one could land in a very cloudy situation. They are almost interchangeable to me because they both are potential elite running backs. Kenneth Walker, number 1 in elusive rating coming out of college football, number 1 in forced missed tackles, number 2 in yardage. The eye test, both of them pass it, and Kenneth Walker passes the eye test a little bit better than Breece Hall, but Breece Hall had an amazing combine, so they both have like an edge. They both come into my evaluation process as being near dead even. Breece Hall feels a little bit more well-liked across the league in terms of like scouting, so I predict that he probably lands in the better spot, but if he doesn't, know that I'm saying Kenneth Walker could be right here at 6. Breece Hall will still find his way into the top 10, but give me Breece Hall or Walker at the 6th spot, pending landing spot. If you want more amazing content like this, get on over to my Dynasty channel as well. You're watching on the main channel, but I wanted to sprinkle some Dynasty content out here to let you know that a lot of this content will be on the Dynasty channel as well. Nothing's being taken away from the main channel. I'm producing Dynasty content right here for you. That's how important this main channel is. Nothing gets in the way of the main channel.
Absolutely nothing.
But I want you all to click the link in the description or go to youtube.com/Dynasty Fantasy Football. This is my Dynasty channel, and you need to be on board of both trains because they're both gonna produce electric content. So get on over there now.
Want bold year-round rankings, trade calculators, and bold predictions? Get on over to SleeperU.com.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.